Hello. Come on in, Virgo. I always do something so goofy. Like I literally always put the oil on my hands before I get on here and forget that I shouldn't be using oil before I go live. Now it's going to make the car slippery. Virgo, come on in, everyone. Virgo, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. Like, why would I put that much oil on my hands? I was being teamed too much. Now it's going to be hard for me to shuffle. Virgo, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. And of course, you guys, this is going to be a general reading. We are going to be doing different elements of the reading. Okay. We want to acknowledge you. That's what this reading is about, right? We want to acknowledge you, beautiful people. Hey, everyone. How are you? Thank you so much for coming in here. I know it's early for some of you guys, so I appreciate it. I'm good and moisturized, Tiffany. I literally got up, like, you know how you take a shower and your skin is still moist, right? And so, like, if you don't do your hands, if you don't really pay attention to your hands, it only gets on this part of your hands and you're just rubbing yourself down. And I totally forgot. So yeah, I was ashy as hell, Capricorn. They're gonna talk about me. All right, so I'm good now. Virgo, are you guys ready? I know you are. Okay, so what we're going to do, different elements, because this is all about you. So what we're going to do first, before we start, we're going to get your challenge. And challenges could be that day's challenge. It's not like, it doesn't have to be a broad spectrum. But we're going to see what what your challenge or current challenge is, or a concerning topic of yours at the moment, right? So we're going to see what's happening here with you. So let's see. This is for Virgo. Let's see what's happening here. This is for Virgo. Let's see. All right, there it is. I got a little grip. Goofy tail. God, Lee, come on, girl. This is for Virgo. There we go. Okay. Now that was in reverse. I saw it. It's definitely upright. It doesn't matter because it's a challenge. So technically, what am I talking about? Technically, it's the challenge. So it's automatically reverse. Not liking this. Ooh-wee. That says a lot, because this was at the bottom of the deck and this is what popped out. This is the Chariot, by the way. Honey, when I tell you, you are just like, can anybody see me? Like, can y'all see me? Like, hello? Can y'all see me? Right? This is whether this has something to do with your love life. This has something to do with your work and career. This has something to do with your family, whatever. Because the Chariot card really is about, like, recognition. But more than anything, your success. So you're like, and this was in reverse, by the way. It didn't kind of came out like that. I mean, this is major. Your challenges are deep, and just like you've been pondering over a lot. Like, you'll be able to write a full-blown book if you had to, based on what I'm looking at. First of all, let's talk about the Queen of Pentacles before we even get to the Chariot. The Queen of Pentacles. She's right up there, almost close to the King. She's right up, like, close to the King. A lot of people look at this card as a Taurus card. So let's do, and I don't necessarily, because it could be any form of the earth signs. So let's talk about Capricorn. Capricorn is considered to be the one that works a lot, and they have responsibility. Maybe you have too much responsibility right now. Your challenge is the fact that you feel overwhelmed. Okay? Overwhelmed for many reasons, not just dealing with money and responsibility. You feel overwhelmed right now. That is a part of your challenge. Let's get to Virgo. Maybe maybe your routine is off. You don't have a routine. Maybe you don't like where you work. Maybe you haven't been feeling good. Maybe you want a pet and you can't have pets in your apartment. Okay? Maybe a pet, maybe sick, or maybe they're not around. There is something going on here with you. Let's talk about Taurus. You're not even comfortable with the Taurus energy. Almost forgot Taurus. So the Queen of Pentacles could be any one of those signs, but I just described to you what those signs mean, and that is your challenge. That is what you are being challenged with. Not liking your job here. And if you get to the Chariot is, again, like I said before, recognition. That's what this is about, right? Oh, I'm glad that I saw that spin, because I have not had my phone on do not disturb this whole time. I'm so happy that happened to remind me. Okay, good. So you don't feel recognized at your job. You don't feel recognized within your family. You're doing all of these things. You have, you're helping out your family. You always are there to pick up the slack, that type of thing, and they're not appreciative of you. Maybe you have children that doesn't show appreciation or gratitude, that type of stuff. You don't feel successful. That is what the Chariot card is. So your challenge is a whole conglomerate of things. It's not just one thing. You're like, yes, I can write a whole book. I just talked about it, right? You can write a whole book. And that's what these two cards pretty much says. I can write a whole book of like a lot of different things that I'm being challenged with at the moment. Okay, you could be dealing with the Cancer. There could be, something that could have happened during Cancer season. Okay, there could have been a very special person who was a Cancer in your life or whatever, yada, yada. Something like that I see here, because this is the only major arcana, of course, that came out. And something could happen by Cancer season of next year. Who knows, right? All right, so like I said, your challenge. All right, we're going to put this over here. Let's do your past, present, and future spread. Let's see. We're going to do this differently, though, because we're going to use a different deck. But we are going to, that's the different deck is going to be clarified. So it's not going to be the tarot, per se. Let's get Virgo past, present, and future. Let's see what's happening here with you. Past. Present. Future. At the bottom of the deck. Ooh, Knight of Cups. Okay, not bad. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Past. This is in reverse, and it's technically upright. So, to me, a lack of clarity with everything. I mean, everything. A lack of clarity. You may have stopped talking to someone, and that's just really bothering you. You were talking to someone, you're not talking to someone now. You knew exactly what you wanted, right? That means you were pretty certain about something, you had about things, and then you were like, what happened? I don't even know where I'm going now. There's no direction. I definitely can tell, though, because everything is upright. Remember, it was reversed. So that's letting me know that was very problematic. That there has been a lot of uncertainty. There's no communication. Either you're not talking to them, they're not talking to you, or you both are agreeing not talking to each other. Family member, lover, children, whoever, friend, whoever. You're not. And I like the fact that the Ace of Swords, like I said, if you read it in upright, you read it exactly how it's meant to be. You conquered something. You probably like, that can't be true. I don't necessarily feel like I conquered anything, but no, you did. You conquered something. Even though at one point you felt very helpless, to your cause, you were very uncertain about something, but you conquered it. So in the past, I would say you were struggling mentally, emotionally, financially, with a lack of clarity. And if we're talking about relationships of all kind, there has not been enough communication with someone. And I think that this has been hurting you too, that you haven't been able to communicate with someone in particular with that first card. And of course, we are just now getting into this reading, and you know it's going to get juicy just based on that. Let's go ahead. Let's get to your present energy here. I don't do reversals, but it's in reverse. It's here for a reason. The Six of Wands is in reverse. You know, I don't want people to throw you off. I don't want you guys to be thrown off by the fact that you're not talking to somebody. Because I feel like for some of you, you know, you're not being attended to. Your husband isn't talking to you. Your wife isn't talking to you. So for you, you're feeling neglected. Like this person isn't paying you any attention. Okay. You don't feel like a winner. Chicken dinner. You don't feel like a winner right now. You will though, because it's still upright. I'm saying these are the things that you've been fighting with yourself. I feel like you guys have been having these type of emotions and feelings where you've been fighting with yourself. One moment you've been feeling okay, you've been feeling very optimistic, you've been feeling, you know, like bright and energetic, and then the next moment you have not, right? Like if you look at this in a way that it's pretty much coming out, you have your good days, you have your bad days, right? And sometimes your bad days could be really bad. But I need you guys to stay optimistic, and there's going to be something that's going to happen for you where you are like, okay, things are going my way, because this is still an upright card. Something is going to happen. The Ace of Swords is there. So I feel like this is maybe someone who's going to call you and tell you something that's going to lift up your mood or be a light in your life. It is going to happen. But we see that what's happened in the past. Like I said before, we talked about it with the Ace of Swords. We talked about it here where you've been up and down. You haven't necessarily been feeling very positive. But either way, just based on what I see, I do see a lot of remember before with the Chariot, it talked about how you didn't feel seen, or you haven't been recognized, or feel like you've been recognized. I love the fact that in your present position, you are overcoming and winning here. Yeah, it may not be right now, but you had literally 2 cards that came out back to back that's talking about you being a winner. It's a complete opposite of what you've been experiencing. You have not been feeling like you've been winning. Okay, so now in your present position, there's going to be something, and I'm not really sure what that is. It's going to be something that's going to occur, that's going to happen, where it's going to just completely shift your whole mood. Okay, and I do see someone wanting you. I do see that there's going to be someone who's going to be wanting your attention, who's going to be calling you and make you feel all ooey gooey on the inside. I see all of that, and I don't know who that is yet. But, you know, could be a romantic partner, or it could be some type of offer from a job or something like that. But I do see there's going to be something that's going to be pretty powerful here for you very soon. That I can tell you. And again, if this is not how you're presently feeling, which I would like to think of it as being present, it was reversed. So some of you guys are not feeling optimistic. Okay, that is true. Some of you are, some of you are not. But there's something that's going to happen. Some type of communication, an offer, a gift, or something that's going to completely lift this whole downtrodden spirit. Okay. Now let's get your future. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. Uh-oh. If you thought something was ended, no, it's not, child. You're like, oh, you thought it was over. It's not over. You thought it was over, but it's not. It will be in some sense, or maybe there's going to be some type of transformative energy. This is like probably the most pettiest card you could ever see in the future, and it being in reverse. This is like Pennywise energy. Y'all don't know. I've been looking at that daggone show. I'm obsessed with that show. But like how I can't see it. But anyway, it's like believing that something is over and it's not. Okay. And it's like, surprise. You thought it was over? No, it's not. It's not over. Especially when we're talking about like a love situation. No. But this card is a ending to something, ending to problems and trials, ending to relationships that were not good for you, that type of stuff. It's an ending to that, ending to loneliness, ending to singleness, ending to whatever. So the death card doesn't have to be bad, and especially coming after all of these cards, it just doesn't have to be. I also feel like if you stop talking to somebody, let's say before, if you really did stop talking to somebody, they're like, that's over and done with, but they can't stop thinking about you. Y'all didn't think that I was going to say that. They can't. For some reason, you may not even think that they even care based on that death card. You may be like, they don't care. We're going to see, because we're about to find out. We're about to clarify. But whoever you stop talking to, now this could be a friend. Of course, a family member is going to care. Of course, they're going to think about it. Maybe even a friend. But this goes for anyone. So even if it was like a romantic person, you think that they don't care because maybe they're not talking to you. They're not reaching out, that type of stuff. Although they're here, babe. They're thinking. Okay. So I do feel like they are thinking about the ending. And they don't want it to end. That's what it looks like to me. It's almost like they don't want it to. So we're going to clarify that in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and start with this. Oh my God, you guys can't see. Poor babies. Oh my God, I got y'all like Orphan Annie this morning. I'm sorry, Virgos. Okay, let me do better. There we go. Let's go ahead. Let's clarify that Ace of Swords. This is going to be for Virgo. Y'all so sweet. Y'all just be in here just looking. Okay, y'all were watching this with one eye. You had half the reread and was on that side. My bad. All right, let's clarify the Ace of Swords here for Virgo. Let's see what comes out here. Y'all know the way I be acting, I don't look at the camera. Like half the time my eyes be closed when I'm reading. Like y'all already know that. Y'all been here forever. Tiffany, y'all already know that, okay? I don't really have my eyes open when I read. I can't, because it's hard for me. That's the reason why I don't be on camera a lot, because it's way harder for me when my eyes are open. All right, so let's go ahead. Okay, look at what happened. Okay, I don't mean to be silly, but this is so cute. Here, Lily. Oh, thank you so much, Keita. I appreciate that. Hold on. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for showing me love and for being so supportive. This is hitting the Ace of Swords. Now, we talked about earlier, what did we say? We literally talked about it earlier. We said that this has something to do with you overcoming. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Taisheen. Y'all are my writers. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. We talked about it before, how there was challenges, right? And then do you see the first word that came out here? It says what? Established. So let's say before there was something that was missing in your life. There was things that you guys did not have. The Ace of Swords is saying that you guys are overcoming that very thing that you have not been able to obtain, right? Whatever that means for you, whether it has something to do with your money, whether it has something to do with a love relationship or whatever, you guys have not been able to establish that very thing. Thank you guys. Thank you, Nat Nat. Oh my God, you guys are gonna make me cry this morning. And that's all that squaring with the water energy, okay? Established career, okay? Something developing that has not been able to develop in the past. What could that be? Look at the card that's falling on the Ace of Swords, y'all. It literally says experienced, established, ambitious, longevity, and achievement. What did we say your challenge was? We literally said your challenge was the very fact that you were not achieving, that you guys were not able to be successful, that you weren't being seen, you weren't being recognized. And this is through anything, through love, through your work, career, whatever. You haven't been able to be successful in that arena for whatever reason. Or you were having problems or issues or challenges with people at your job. And it was hard for you to overcome the gossip, the back talk, all of those things. This is what's been happening. And so here it comes out and it says, this thing here, you will be able to be established. The lily is very beautiful, graceful energy. It's very graceful. Okay? And it's destined for you to experience. Here it is, destined. This is at the bottom of the deck. Destiny. Divine guidance. Spiritually, you're being guided in a way. I don't know if you guys are psychically developed in that way. Could be, because it could also be a psychic development that could happen where all of a sudden you guys are like, oh my God, I don't know why I'm able to see this. I don't know why I'm able to hear this. I don't know what's happening, right? Like your psychic gifts are going to develop in that way. This is also you guys just listening to divine guidance, and it is steering you in the right direction. That's basically what it says. But I love the fact that it says your conviction through all of those things. What did you experience? Okay. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Lakita, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Overcoming sorrow. Overcoming emotional loss, overcoming crisis. This is what this is saying. Now you are stable. You are stabilizing yourself. You are stabilizing out. Okay, over these problems that you were having here. And this is a lot, especially when you're talking about overcoming crisis, overcoming some, event that just almost took you down, took you out. Y'all know I done talked to a lot of y'all over the years, and I'm telling you, some stuff will make your stomach turn. You be like, damn. And and I have to be here, and I'm like, I see it. I'm telling you, you'll be fine. You'll be okay. I swear to God, you're gonna be good. But I'm telling you, y'all done been through some shit. I'm so happy that this whole relief is coming for y'all. I really am. I mean, it can for myself too, but some of us we experienced it later, like back, right? Because the planet shifted a little bit. And it kind of eased up on us just a tad, but we still feel it, right? I still feel it technically, I'll say. Man. Okay, so overcoming these trials and being convicted enough, saying, I am going to it doesn't matter what anybody do to me. It doesn't matter what happens to me. It doesn't matter if this job is trying to get rid of me. You stood strong and you were able to overcome it. Like this card right here is absolutely amazing to me to see. Because this is what you guys have been through when you didn't have a place to stay or you lost your job. I didn't even think I was going to lose my job, even though you did. We didn't know how, because I don't tell y'all going to lose your job. Y'all know I never tell y'all that. I'd be like, something's up with your money. Because the last thing I want anyone to do is you got to be very responsible with your readings is to have someone panic when they have children. Right? So that was the crisis moment. Death, even when you talk about this, when it comes down to church, family members or, some type of situation. Let's go back. We don't even have to talk about that. What is it saying here with this lily? It says, you're mature enough now spiritually. Now things are going to be established. This is almost like a Ace of Pentacles energy where now you're grounded. You're more mature as far as lessons goes with love, and more wiser now because of what you've experienced. This is a beer with this whole lily. I love it so much. So, wow. Some of you guys were sad as hell. When I tell you, some of y'all were so sad, for real, when y'all stopped talking to, this is just something minor. And I know, death and all of that is just huge, but we're talking about something a little bit more minor. For some people, it's not. They be blowing up on the phone when they are not talking to somebody. And it's almost like they're dying because their person is not talking to them. Some of you guys are going to be extremely happy that this person is going to be communicating with you, or that there's going to be communication with someone in a romantic sense. We're going to talk about that in a minute because I see something that's going to knock your socks off here, actually. Let's go ahead. Let's get this Six of Wands. This is going to be for Virgo. I'm not doing it in front of the camera because I'm telling you, it's hard for me. There we go. With my oily fingers. Oh, oh, this is a full-blown male or female. Wow. Now, it doesn't say this is, it really doesn't say that this is someone from your past, y'all. So I'm not saying that, right? It could be. But this is a person, especially with Mars being here. It's the divine masculine. So for some of you, divine masculines, I'm talking to you, right? So you will be the person that will be taking action in this situation. Or if, if you guys, if this is like LGBT and, you guys deal with same sex, of course this could be. But it's mostly like the divine masculine takes like the action in this route. So it just depends on the roles here. Okay, well, first of all, like this person is really into you. I didn't expect this type of combination of cards, especially with that big deck. And it could be a little bit older too. Okay. You have more so like a youthful energy here. So I don't know if the person is younger in spirit at heart and they're just older. I mean, or they're younger and they are more mature. But either way, that's what you're going to experience. This person is like full blown coming towards you. So I don't know when that's going to be, but this person is full blown coming towards you for real, for real. And I like the fact that Mars is here. Now, this is what you're going to have to tame. Mars is strong sexual energy. And it is crazy that I'm saying this, because I saw that in your reading before. Literally yesterday, looked at one of my favorite astrologers. I was looking at her and she was just like, around this time, I think it was like January, February, she was just like, there's a lot of strong, very passionate sexual. She said it like 3 times. And I was like, that's exactly what I saw. And then the fact I saw me shuffle in front of the camera is coming out in this reading. It is a lot of sex here. And it's not just sexing someone just because you're sexing someone. This is like, you don't even just eat somebody up. Ooh, you just want to eat them up. That's this type of energy. Okay. And they're coming towards you. Now here it says messenger. Now to me, again, this is, if you meet someone, they are definitely going to be communicating with you. You're not going to have any issue with this person communicating, talking to you or anything like that. They are down for real. Okay. That is what I see. They are down for you. Now, I told you I saw something before. I just wasn't going to tell you. You guys already had someone that popped out way earlier in your reading. And I put it back in the deck. It fell. And I put it back in because technically it was too many cards that came. That I was like, oh, their person is here. I just didn't say anything. But I told you, I said it. I was like, I want to tell you about that in a minute. Now, if this is that person, it makes so much sense. Like, there is this chemistry that is just, you cannot top that. You cannot top it. And that's the energy that I'm seeing with this person. Now, Mars is an unexpected event, meaning unexpected meeting. Well, we've been talking about that for like, what? For a whole year. You guys already know I read way in advance. But the fact that I see all of this stuff is happening due to the fact that these planets are going to be moving. I wasn't doing astrology then, so I didn't understand it. I didn't know why it was taking so long. Well, it's because, Saturn needs to get the hell up out of there, out of your Pisces house. It needs to go. Okay. And also Neptune. Those wackadoos that you've been dealing with, those crazies that you've been dealing with, that needs to go. Okay, so now it makes sense the reason why it was taking so long. Okay, bye-bye, right? So when this person comes up in here, I'm telling you, it is going to be straight up passionate, for real. And I have actually seen that in people's readings too, by the way. Now, I don't necessarily see you dealing with someone at a distance. It could be, though, that you may travel with this individual somewhere in the beginning, middle part of next year. Beginning, middle part, from what I see, it looks like it's more so Aries, Gemini season. Okay. If you guys have been wanting something as far as your work and career, You got a number 6 here with the Mars energy straight up hitting that 6 of Wands. I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know what someone has done. I don't know if someone has promoted you. I don't know what I tell you. Be prepared for you. Like I'm talking about energized, energy. I mean, I'm talking about full blown things are about to start moving. Like if you've been wanting your money to, and this is not money, it feels like it's money in position, so it kind of goes hand in hand. So you about to go full steam ahead. I love it. I'm glad I looked at that because I almost didn't see it. Here it says full steam ahead. There's about to be a green light. You know, if it's a green light, that means you were at a red light, right? If you were at a red light, you were stopped. That means money was stopped, progression was stopped, all of that was stopped. We talked about that, right? You see how it says progression, green light, full steam ahead. And then you got Mars coming out. Mars is the thing that gives you the energy. Mars is the thing that what it talks about, that is, it says raw action, self-assertion, your desire, aggression in a way where you're aggressively getting things done. So it depends on what you do as far as your working career. Some of you guys are entrepreneurs, you have a 9-to-5 and you're an entrepreneur. Can you imagine if both areas in your life is starting to really jump off? Now you don't have enough time. Now you're like, you know, you're on speedballs for real. Like you're like, oh my God, I got to do this, I got to do that. Whereas before, where it's like, it was just like, it's not too much going on. It's a completely different energy and feel here. And you feel so good about it because it is hitting the 6 of Wands. You feel so good about this. But you, honey, when I tell you the way that this person is making you feel though too, especially romantically, go ahead, Virgo. Could be a Mars ruled planet, which is Aries. And again, this could happen during Aries season too, like I said before. Aries energy here. And a little bit of Scorpio, kind of like a hint of Scorpio. I know Scorpio is technically Pluto, but a little hint of it. Or this person could have Scorpio in their chart somewhere. They could be a Capricorn. Like I said before, they could be a Capricorn, or they could be a little bit older, or they have like these type of mannerisms where they're older. Okay, even if they're younger. Let's get this death energy. Let's see what's coming out here. This is for Virgo. Let's get the death card. Here we go. Ooh. Libra and Sag. They finally showed up. Other signs finally came out. Libra and Sag. What was the signs that we said, right? We said Cancer, beginning part of the reading. We did have, that's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We see Scorpio. Now we have Sagittarius and Libra. I think I said Gemini as well. Okay, so we do have those signs. Look at what's coming out on the death card. Temperance here with the Sagittarius card. And you guys have a leap of faith. This is crazy because let's just start with this one. The grasshopper says leap of faith. What does it say here with the death card? It says, don't worry. Why? Because your life is about to look a lot different. We know that for a fact. Like we know that on a world scale that life is about to change. Okay. And it says, don't worry. Don't worry. You see how it says prosperity there? Because some of y'all, honey, like I said before, we talked about the whole money situation, the challenge that we saw earlier. You may not be full-blown wealthy. You may not be full-blown wealthy. But you had the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, she all right. She doing all right. You know how people be like, oh, she doing all right. It's that type of thing. Like, you guys are going to be all right. It's not what you've been experiencing, though. Like, from what I'm seeing, it's just not. That was the challenge that you've experienced before, which was your money. You just wanted to just be all right. And even that was a problem, right? Like, even just being okay was an issue when it came down to financially. So here, when it talks about prosperity, in order for you to obtain this, there has to be some type of change that you will be doing. It says a change in the direction, changing your job, changing how you do things, that will occur. Okay. And leap of faith, it's like the grasshopper leap of faith. It seems like it's close to being the Fool card. So it's like, it's a little fear there because he's on the edge. Like, should I? Like, is this something I should be doing? What does it say? It says, don't worry, it's going to be a change of direction, regardless of if you want it or not. Like, it will happen. The death card is there, so you know it will occur. That's where the Pluto is coming from. There's nothing that you can do about it. And it is a destined thing that you must experience anyway, because it's Pluto. You have to experience this change in order to experience this prosperity. But look at what it says. Remember when I said you could be a little worried? Look at the card. It says, don't worry. Even when it comes down to people that you are dealing with, the people that's in your life, even that, it says, don't worry. You're going to be moving on. You have to move on from them. This is just not where you need to be. This is not a place that you can stay. And I mean, baby steps, right? We're not saying that, you're Superman or Superwoman or anything like that. It's telling you to keep going. Okay? That's a part of it. Keep going. You want to know how to get there. The universe is going to, if you don't know how to get there, you will. Okay, but this is all about your spiritual growth, I can tell. Spirituality, speaking of which, here with the Sagittarius card. Jupiter. So expansion is on the horizon here for you. Now, you could have someone who's going to come in here. Here's that enthusiasm card. Oof, this person's going to change your life, y'all. Okay, this person could be financially independent, very attractive, very sexy. That is always my Sagittarius card. Optimistic again, changing your attitude. Like I said before, changing your attitude, the way that you think, that type of stuff. Something could have happened in the Sagittarius season of this season. I'm not going to go in 2026. I feel like something could have happened where you may have broken up with someone during the season, or stopped talking to somebody within the last week or so, a week and a half or whatever. Or it could have happened maybe during Scorpio season. Makes sense. Scorpio and Sagittarius right there. So it could have happened during these times, or something may have occurred where you may have stopped talking to somebody. But either way, I definitely see that there is going to be a lot of good change that you're going to be excited about. Even though you may not feel that way, you will be excited about this change. Now, you had Justice here at the bottom of the deck. It is a Venus ruled planet. Venus deals with love, beauty, and wealth. You could be dealing with a Libra. You could have Libra in your chart. It is a balancing or harmonious energy, which is the same thing, which is Temperance card is like that too. A harmony energy. It says desire and harmony. That's the change you're going to experience. That's what you're desiring. You're desiring change. You want more harmony in your life. You haven't been experiencing that. So again, the universe is like, I have to completely change the landscape here. Okay. Like where you've been and what you've been looking at, this is just not it, right? We got to change the landscape. So that's what's going to happen. And I do see that you guys are going to be more sociable too, based off of what I'm seeing. Yes, there's been obstacles in the way. There's been mountains in the way. Okay. You've been in solitude. You've been feeling isolated, that type of thing. Even that is something that I see that's going to be changing for you guys. That's what I see. Let's go ahead. Let's get your last card here. This is going to be for Virgo. Let's see what's going to come out here for you guys. Uh-oh. Now, see, this is what happens when defenses can be like a blocking energy, but it's also like, I don't want to talk, or get away from me or something like that. Because remember, it says a defensive stance. Okay. But look at what it says. Don't give in to what? Guilt trips. You got guilty that came out. Okay, somebody playing in your face. Listen to what it says. Someone is guilty. Someone did something to you, okay, and they feel guilty about it. Now, this can go into the new year as well. So I don't want this card just only being for right now. But here it says someone is feeling guilty and the truth is needed. This is why I feel like there's a communication coming. Investigate it. Okay. It says it's important not to carry the burdens of someone else's actions. So if they did it, don't allow them to project it on you or say, whatever they could say. Baby, I could go into a full blown, like I can write a synopsis about that, but no, don't allow anyone to like put something in your lap when it was their responsibility or it was up to them to do something, yada, yada, right? Or it says don't take responsibility for something that you did not do. Okay, this is the whole gaslighting thing. Family members could do this. Lovers could do this. Kids can do this. So just be mindful. It says place blame only where it belongs. Now, this is where I know for a fact that someone is, it's like someone is feeling guilty, but they don't like the fact that they are feeling icky. I don't like the fact that I'm feeling icky about it. I don't like that I've made you feel bad. Okay. Either way, it says the pursuit of justice will help reveal the truth of the situation. And it says mistakes could be blessings for you, or just in general, what someone has done could basically be a blessing in disguise here. Okay. But this is what I have for you here, Virgo. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information is going to be down below in the description box. All right, Virgo, I will see you guys back here a little bit later. Love you guys. Bye.